Three. Hello, everybody. I'm Ed Parco with Brian Galkey, Aces53. I almost started counting down. I've been doing so much video, like 3, 2, 1, and then I start my video so I know where to cut it and everything. You do a 1-minute video and you have 14 takes of the one, because I just did a 1-minute video about who I am and everything, and each one had a section. First section, I had to talk to the camera. Second section didn't matter because it was an overlay. Third one also. Fourth one had to focus right on the camera and make sure that you're looking at it.
Which I'm not. I said, which I'm not right now.
Right, and that's okay. You're looking at it. Well, I'm just saying, but you do these videos and people are like, oh, you do amazing. But they don't understand. Sometimes the one I did before this for my pod veteran, I think that took me 2 hours to do that little over a minute video because I couldn't get it down. I just couldn't it just didn't sound right to me.
Yeah.
And it seems like when I don't try to talk, I talk well. And when I try to emphasize and over, I just don't like the way I sound. And that just, that's just me.
I'm with you. Well, did they fix, so I know we watched your video last Tuesday. Did they fix the lip syncing?
Oh yeah. Okay. And so I said I wasn't going to say this, but the person who's overseeing my pod, who's my additional assistant person, she looked at it. She's like, I do not like the font at the bottom. I said, okay, do what you got, make it better. Don't care. Take over. She didn't like, I'm like, that's what you're there for. You pay your geek, go take care of it. So she sent a thing to them, told them to do this, and boom. And then she went through all my other tasks and made sure they were on it. So besides my other guy who's normally on it, but she just takes it one step further. Plus she does a bunch of other stuff.
This is the new person.
This is the new person, but she's only started since yesterday, but it's already today just killed me because I'm at the gym at 5:30. There's your time zone.
Right.
And they're already hitting me up. I'm like, I need
my time. So you're there at 3 a.m. yours?
No.
Oh, sorry. 7. Never mind.
Yes.
I was doing reverse.
They start mountain 8 whatever. Basically it's 2-hour difference of me, whatever they are. And so they were hitting me up at 5:30 or 6 at the gym, and I was like, okay, I need more time. I need till 8 o'clock my time before I could do this for you, because she wanted to go with a Zoom over a few things, and I'm good with doing it early, but my mornings for gym and watching stuff.
Gotcha.
But back to a few things. But this morning I did see a video, and this is if you have people who and you help and they send an email or something and it doesn't work, let them know.
Yeah. Like I just discovered
balances. And also if you don't like the way somebody has done their email and you think you can do it better for them. Send them back to them. What the heck? Help out. Be a nice person.
Yeah, I've done that before where I went to go send somebody something and, I was like, hey, by the way, this is misspelled and it's not to attack them. It's like, hey, I'd want somebody to tell me.
Right.
And you and I were just talking. I just went and looked at a link from an email campaign that went out and the link doesn't work.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Because they did that to one of my, they're like, okay, your website's ready to go. And I click on it. It's 404.
Yep. Okay. That's exactly what just popped up.
It just needs to. We switched from your high level website to your the other one. What's it? WordPress one. It just needs time to whatever they say it needs to be done. I'm like, okay, that should be like minutes.
Yeah,
it's 404. I'm like, fuck it. I don't really care. Nobody even knows it's up yet. And the next day, it's still 404. This isn't working. Oh, we're so sorry. It didn't regenerate right. Sure, that's it. That was the reason.
Okay, well, I'm almost done and ready to chat. Okay.
Well, no, but then so you sent an email and it said, hey, and no name. And I'm like, okay, He needs to know that it's either that they don't have me in right or the field's not there and certain things. And then I was looking at the email going, you know what? I bet you we can make this a little bit better.
And this was the one that went out. It was a chat GPT. I said, hey, I've got these. This is a new feature. Go look at the website. Create a 3 email campaign that lets people know that there's a done for you service. So that's the first one. Did you
do it through my audience one or just?
I did not. I just did it through
the problem.
Yeah, I did it through sales and marketing one.
Because what it said was it was more more transactional versus actually what it does. And then this email that I did said that it was more personable to them. Wouldn't it be better if?
Yeah. And this is all the stuff that's new to me. The emailing, like I have an email campaign and stuff. So I just went to ChatGPT, said, "Hey, here's our new website link. Go read it and tell me what we should do as a 3-part email campaign."
Right. And I
And
get it, but it doesn't know who you are or anything. I
right.
haven't told any prompts.
And that's what with Alex's book and everything come out, I thought about rereading $100 million offers, $100 million sales, all that, because I'm not marketing. Like that's not what I'm good at.
Okay.
So is
No,
that an area to work on?
no, I would just say, ChatGPT, you are Alex Mosey.
Yeah.
This is what I'm trying to do with
Or
me.
Russell Brunson. Yeah.
Well, put them all in there and
That's
just
what I
say
mean.
this is what I did for my workout. I like this guy, this guy, this guy, plus I like Huberman and this guy who has all the advanced stuff. Create me a workout for this, and this, and it did. So the difference with the one I sent was it says, the moment when you wish you had a window into to someone's, I can't even talk today. The moment when you wish you had a window into what somebody is really thinking, and you hire a potential client, even that tricky colleague. That's exactly why I created my new done-for-you face decoding service.
Oh, there you go. So you'll have to actually read it. I know you sent me an email. I haven't gotten to
No,
it.
I didn't send you. I sent you the damn script. I sent
you
you
sent
the
me the
actual
script?
ChatGPT link that had it in there, and you could just, now can you break these into, and it has a smaller one, and then it's like, that's exactly why I created it, because most people don't have the time to learn face decoding. They still want to have the advantage of using it. Let's see, here's how simple it is. You send me photos, I decode the faces. You get insights and strategies. This is probably from you already. You can use right away. No hours of training, no extra workload. Just clarify and confidence in your transaction. Whether you're hiring, selling, or leading, these reports give you the cheat sheet you wish you had before every important conversation.
Well, and what's interesting about that is what you're talking about. Right now, I've been talking to several people across the industry, and coaching is down, courses are down because people want Chat GPT like responses. So people aren't, you can take it even outside the speaking world. Therapists are losing patients because patients don't want to have to wait a week to get an answer. And so we need to have Adam on it. That's another one. He'll be a good one for AI. We've had Manoj and we've had some other people on. Jonathan Mast and Adam Lyons would be two good ones to have on in the future. But Adam Lyons said, like, you're going to have a GPT that you give away for free, and that's your evangelical like giveaway to bring people in. But because people are so used to paying $20 for it, there's people now like you and I have talked about this before. A month or two ago, people were charging you for AI agents. Well, now you get it for free. It's part of the $20 package of Chat GPT. So what's going to happen to all those business models of people who are paying for it is people are wanting GPT like or AI like responses real time now, the minute I think of it, and not having to wait to watch a 20-minute course or, wait till next week's coaching session. It's people are being trained to want instant demand, instant answers type thing. And every business is going to need it to a degree.
Right. And that's why I'm even thinking with my podcast coaching course, offer a GPT, because I have many different ones. I mean, I have a SOP on how to do your whole course now from start to finish before you record all the way through, and what to do so you don't have to redo these things. I use that. Remember Suno I showed you a while back? I had it create a theme song for Enter Edison to start with.
Nice. Okay.
Because I was like, I was on Real Estate Jerky yesterday, and one of the guys that's down in Southern California that listens to us, he's like, yeah, you sent me down a damn rabbit hole the other day with that thing for an hour making these different theme songs, with Sono.
Yeah.
Because it's really amazing what you can do. And here, let me see.
I was gonna say, didn't you do that? You got kind of down that rabbit hole and you went through a bunch of
I did that when it was for our Grumpy Old Men show that I was doing on that I'm doing on the other thing that I'm doing. What is that, the showrunner AI?
Showrunner. Yeah.
Let's see here. So you can see that, right?
Yeah.
Library. So this is, then I edit it down, but this is what it was. A little long in the beginning.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna walk away for 1 second.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad for
I can't hear it though. I heard it start and then all of a sudden I couldn't hear anything.
because it went away.
Oh, okay.
It's only 30 seconds.
Play it again. Yeah, I can't hear anything now.
Oh, did it stop sharing it?
Yeah.
Oh well, what are you gonna do? Anyway, I'll send it to you. You can play with it. No, so I told ChatGPT I wanted to create a theme song for Inner Edison because this whole thing I'm doing, I'm like, okay, I'm tired of adding intro outros into all my podcasts, even though I really enjoy doing it after the show. This is what we talked about, blah blah.
Right.
But it takes a lot. So well, if I can drop this theme in StreamYard,
yep,
then I play it. Then I record the who the person is. I pause the show. The people come in, and I unpause it and get going, and then then do the outro.
I think. Have you ever seen the way Joe starts his?
No.
Hold on 1 second. Let me go look in.
He has a video.
Yeah, he's got a video.
Yeah, it's kind of like I have on this one. I have for I have one for helping the brave that I do I do this one for all the time. Anyway, so I is that what you're kind of talking about?
Yeah, I was looking to see if Joe has this on, if you can hear it.
You have to tell it. You have to give
permission
to show.
That one wasn't Joe's, so I don't know if you can you hear that now.
Oh, look, I got to get us back from helping the brave. I had to go to a different theme on the podcast in order to show that.
I got you. Okay, hold on. There you
go. I don't know if people really care about this, but this is all stuff that we.
I think it's important stuff to kind of know.
Well, I mean, if you're going to do stuff, you need to find the best way, fastest way. That's the thing, too.
Yeah. So, like, here's Joe's.
This podcast is for the sales professionals at every level. If you want to convert more prospects into paying customers, then you're in the right place. Because Joe has spent the last 3 decades mastering buying behaviors, personality types, emotional and logical triggers. This is the Sales Genius Podcast. It's only a numbers game if you want educated.
Anyway, see.
All right, so you can do that same thing. So what he did is somebody put that over video.
Right.
But like the theme song I just did, somebody can put Inner Edison on there and do a little bit more. I didn't want it too long.
Yeah.
Because when I start so that's when I start my true just podcast, right? That's what Inner Edison and Helping the Brave is. I want it started differently than I do our other ones.
Yeah.
Because when I always have guests on and people want to know who the guest is. I always like how Huberman and a bunch of other people say, today's guest, we talked about this, and this.
Right.
And if you don't like any of that, you don't have to listen to it.
Well, that's, of course, what people turn into shorts on YouTube that then drives it to it. So like one that does a good job of that is Diary of a CEO. Now sometimes you can tell whoever does it, sometimes the title of it doesn't make sense with what the whole video's on. But they do a good job of breaking that up and like, oh, I've got Esther Pearl that's blah, 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 blah. So it drives them that way.
Right. And I have redoing so I have them cutting up all my stuff the way I always wanted it. And then pretty much it's done. I haven't posted last week or I haven't done this week, which is what you're not supposed to do. But I wanted to do with the new stuff. I didn't want to
under the pod.
I gave everything to them going, let's get this done. So I'm going to be behind 1 week or so, or a few days, because what people don't understand is when you release a podcast through Libsyn or whatever, you can backdate it.
Oh, okay.
So like it really came out on Tuesday. The only thing you can't backdate is YouTube.
Interesting. Why can't you backdate YouTube?
Doesn't allow you to when you go to hit schedule.
Yeah.
Libsyn lets you go backwards in the schedule.
Gotcha.
YouTube won't let you go backwards. It only lets you go forward. So if you want to schedule it down the road, which I don't think people realize. So if like when I after I get these done and a couple other things, then I'm going to go back through all of our Aces53 and have them do that and upload them and the date that they should have been uploaded all the way back.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and I'll be a beta tester for your course because I need to launch my podcast.
I'll give it to you the same price you gave me yours.
Yeah.
Top dollar.
Oh, yeah. What'd you say? $1? Is that what you said?
Top
$1?
dollar. Top dollar. Yeah. Sorry we haven't been. Well, I mean, got Labor Day coming up. That's one of the reasons we didn't have a Joker this week. And I mean, it's just there's a lot going on, but
well, it's a busy time of year. A lot of people's kids went back to school, which meant a lot of business got pushed back. But it's been crazy busy the last week and a half, 2 weeks, just since people's kids are back in. Like my daughter's on her 3rd week of school, and it seems like business has picked back up because it was in between there. People had a lot of free time. They were getting in last minute trips with their kids. But it seems like now everybody's workload's amped back up because they're back into that whole 9 to 5 of, okay, my kids are gone to school. Now I go to work and do all these things. So they're kind of playing catch up to a degree.
Yeah, I had a podcast on Wednesday that got canceled because she had to go pick up her kids because her husband couldn't because the car wouldn't start.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you waited 5 months to be on the show, and that's the excuse? I'm just kidding.
You can't just throw the kids in Uber, put them in the trunk?
Yeah, don't the kids have Uber? Our kids had it.
Uber. Yeah, there's a kids Uber now.
Yeah, our kids had it. We could order Uber to do whatever. Sometimes we can't get away, but they could get home,
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, now with this, what I'm doing, things are going to be what I've wanted to do for the past 3 months is finally getting done. It's those things that you're like, okay, well, I just realized my radio show I've been doing for 7 years. I couldn't believe that as of last weekend.
Really? 7 years. Well, we've been on this one. It's coming up, I think, on
January. January will be 3 years.
Is it only 3 years?
Yeah.
You sure it hasn't been longer?
I don't know. I have to go back.
Yeah, you're right. 3 years sounds long, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
twice a week. So yeah, that's quite a bit. It just seems like I looked up. I did a post on Wednesday of Alex Hormozy, because everybody's talking about him anyway, and everybody, the amount of people that I see hating on him bothers me, right? Because everybody
only comes from down below.
Yeah, and it's people like, oh, well, if I was that rich, oh, if I had that many followers. I'm like, he didn't buy followers. He's been putting out consistent content for 3 years straight. That's valuable. And then, oh, well, if I was rich, well, listen to his story. He went bankrupt multiple times, lived in Layla's parents' basement, slept on his gym floor, all these other kinds of things. And people don't do their research of where people came from. And I think that goes back to your whole inner Edison thing. So few people want to share the struggle. They just want to celebrate the success. Because didn't you say guests don't want to come on and talk about their failures?
Yeah, they did. Some didn't. And that's why I stopped it the first time. And I should have just kept going. But dude, ever since I found out to be in the top 1% podcast, you only have to have 21 episodes. I laugh every time someone says, I'm in the top 1% of podcasts. Well, so is pretty much anybody who has 21 episodes and still recording.
Well, and that's the funny thing too, is people are like, I'm an Amazon best-selling author. Well, it depends on the category, right? And then that's the difference between old days of being a New York Times best-selling author. You can pick basket weaving, and if you're the only book in that category that week, guess what? You're the #1 author.
Yeah, but I was mortgage and real estate, so I give me that one. But yeah, New York best time seller now is how much do you want to pay to be that?
Well, that's just it. Like, well, New York Times is gone. That's the whole thing. Now, what people are doing now is they're buying spots of, oh, look, I'm in Times Square. Here's my book, and it's on behind me. That's a pay-to-play thing. And I don't hate on people for doing it because it's no different than paying for advertising or marketing or anything else. It's just people misunderstand it. I was really surprised. I got an email that said, hey, if you want to be on our book, here comes the price. And I was waiting for it. And it was sub $1,000. And that's unique because I know people have paid $5,000 to $40,000 to be a chapter in a book.
Yeah, well, it's because it's cheaper now. It's so much. Everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean everybody can write a book now, and it doesn't mean anything.
Right.
I don't mean that wrong. You still need to write your book if you're going to write a book.
Yeah,
you should have had your book out 2 years ago. Damn it.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about that the other day. I got to get the flashcard app done, and I got to reach back out. I gave my mentor the book in January, and that's when he got injured. Was in like March, and I've got to get back on it, even if I just rewrite it with ChatGPT.
You took off Do Not Disturb, by the way.
That's weird. It should have been on there for an hour. It went to work. Sometimes the work one will overdo it or override it.
I knew because it moved.
It moved?
Yeah, because I have it, like you do on the screen there, and it moved.
Oh, yeah. So what it is a personal pickup, like what time you got to pick up the kid by. as it clicked that. And so it took us off of this to a work thing, which is funny because it's not work, but that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although back to the whole Alex, people don't care how much you struggle.
Right.
They want what you have when you get there. They don't care how you got there. They don't want to do that type of work. They don't want to bust their butt. They want to get it there as quick as possible, which is okay, but you have to put in the time.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen overnight. I mean, he's been doing it for years.
Mm-hmm. I talked to, ironically, this kind of came up on Sunday. Went to a grocery store and I was driving by, and one of the bar owners, he's a restaurateur, I guess, because he owns a bar and then he owns 2 restaurants also. And they were doing their 11-year anniversary party. And he was telling me about times of like sleeping in the office for months because that was the only way to keep expenses down and everything else. And it's amazing to hear those stories that people don't want to share, because they think that, well, nobody wants to hear it. No, F that. Everybody wants to hear it. Everybody needs to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of, I do appreciate that. Ed Milet tells the story of, I guess, like his water bill getting shut off. So they would shower in the pool, or they would bathe in the pool, or they'd go to the gym and use the shower at the gym. There's a lot of people. Brad Lee talks about having cars repoed. So he'd park his car like 4 blocks away so that, his car wouldn't get repoed. One time his wife was chasing him down the street for back child support. To hear those stories is good because to your point, we see them where they are, not what all they've been through. And that's the biggest fear thing that's put into us is like, oh, if you lose your job, you're going to be sitting under a flickering light and, life is going to suck. Yes, it sucks being unemployed. I've been there. There was a freeing part when mine happened. I got fired on November of 2022, and I took December off. I'm like, look, I've worked a half of my life, or 45% of my life for one company, 21 and a half years. I'm like, I'm going to take a month off, then I'll hit the ground running. Not knowing that speakers need a ramp of about 6 months to a year to even start getting speaking gigs because they book out that far. But I get what it's like to be unemployed. And I've got the not poor, pitiful me. I haven't had to sleep on things. I luckily had savings that I could live off of for a while and pulled off 401k, and I still struggle some months. But you hear these people's stories and it's like, oh, okay, because we're taught get a job and hold on so tight to that job and just keep getting promoted. And people are miserable all day long, but they've got the lifestyle they want or they think they want, and then they're tied to it.
Well, that's exactly what it is. They golden handcuffs, but in the other way. They can't leave the golden handcuffs.
Oh, I'm
not talking retirement ones. I'm talking about the fact of what the income was and where you had to pay for it.
Yeah. Well, I was at the point that I got let go. I was making the most amount of money I'd ever made, and I was in debt because we just kept upgrading our lifestyle. Bigger house, more things, housekeeper, and I was miserable. I was at a job I hated 8 hours a day, and I didn't know how to get rid of it because, well, by the time it happened, I'd gone through the divorce, and so you have rent and then child support and all kinds of things. So then you're stuck because it's like, where else can you go? And you've got all these bills. And it was a very almost freeing thing to get laid off because the fear of getting laid off was worse in my mind for those multiple years than when I actually got laid off. The only thing that I should have done is I should have fought harder because they gave me 0 severance. And I had an absolute reason. I should have taken them all to court, and I didn't do it in time. And I should have the minute I got let go. But totally different story.
Well, yeah, but you got to thank them for getting you in your industry.
Oh, yeah.
Because you wouldn't have pushed so hard if you had a job.
I wouldn't. That was one thing.
You didn't talk online. You didn't do things that you do now because you were afraid they're going to get busted for doing a 5 to 9 job.
Yeah, even though I was speaking for free, right? Travel paid or taking vacation time. But you're right. It was always that fear of being discovered and getting let go. And sure enough, it did happen. And Steve had told me that. He's like, you got a foot in 2 different boats going in different directions. What are you going to do? And I was like, well, one is paying me, Steve.
Until I get fired.
Yeah. Well, I was like, one of them's paying me, so I'll stick with that one for right now.
Yeah, but I mean, you just need to it's going to happen. I mean, you're on a lot of stages and you might not be making everything you want to make, but you've been on a lot of stages because that's what people see, and you keep cutting it up and putting it. You just like me, you're at that point where you need the additional help, but you just like, I'll just do it myself. I'll just get it done quickly. I don't need to do it. And they got to a point where this is where I'm at right now, where, things haven't got done the last week because of it.
Yep.
you know, but now it's right there. I mean, I can see everything in place to get that, what I want done.
Oh, 100%. I don't mean to make this into a poor, pitiful me talk, because
You do.
like a hostage negotiator, former Chicago SWAT hostage negotiator, or Chicago, I should say. I don't know if or was he Chicago or Illinois? Anyway, somewhere around Chicago, SWAT hostage negotiator came into town, and I was able to go pick him up from the airport. I played at Uber. I'm like, and that's one of the things I like to do. We'll talk about that in another week. But I went on, when was his talk? On Tuesday was his talk. And I got to go and watch him talk, and it was a really enjoyable experience. And those are things I couldn't do before. Is when opportunities came up, I'm like, nope, I got, Zoom call meetings all day long, and just to get yelled at and told that we all suck. So it's a lot more enjoyable of a life now. I just need it to be financially as rewarding as it once was to be in the
there, but you've only been doing it, what, a year and a half, 2 years?
No,
Really?
so this year it'll come up on 2.5 years. Yeah. But the first year, what I did that was stupid is I didn't have products besides, hey, I want to be a speaker. And so I didn't have the flashcards. I didn't talk about training. I didn't do consulting, at corporations. I thought, I want 1 year to see if this is the career I want. Right. And while that was good, just as a proof of concept, that wasn't a good profit margin.
Right. On you didn't have the QR codes for people to buy your stuff to get.
And you were unknown. You have to prove yourself. That's where I'm going to bash on a lot of people. A lot of people put out this speaker training of, you're going to get out there and make millions. Just all these speakers do it. That's not the reality. They say the average salary is like $47,000 a year for speakers. I think it's gone up a little bit, like 62 is when I last looked at ChatGPT. But that's the high end of it. There's people who they're taking people like, hey, I was a CEO at this level. Well, that person's going to start off higher than someone else. And I'm in different groups, masterminds, you name it, with other speakers who have been in this industry for 1 to 2 years, and they still haven't been paid a dime. They're doing it all for free, but they get spin, they get exposure, something else. And so spin is you speak for free, and then a company's like, I like that, come in and train my team. But as far as being paid to be a speaker on a stage, there's people who've never done that and have been in this for, a year, 2 years, anything. And they're all trying different things. And it's fun to be in those groups and learn. Like I just sat hour and a half before this one, and somebody showed us their LinkedIn and how they blew it up. And I'm like, that's pretty good. And, he's talking about using a pod in a different way, but that is, what's a support group that when you post something, they go and like it, and you help each other out.
I had a gentleman like that on 2 years ago on Inner Center, a year and a half ago, about, and he had a pod that would help with you on your LinkedIn stuff.
Yeah. And this pod is legitimate people. It's just friends that are speakers, business people. They've got a text group or whatever. And they're like, hey, I just did this post on LinkedIn, and they all go support each other.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing. That's how people build up on all the other places too, is they have a group of people to do that.
Right.
And there was a company who would do that for your reviews for your book.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yeah. But the problem is they're from India. And I said, okay, I'm not going to pay for the reviews from India.
No. Well,
they're like, the people only look back at their last 10.
It doesn't matter.
I don't care. It's like if you have 500 and they go back, I'd like to see the ones farther back to see it. And it really does matter, because then it looks like you paid for them. I'd much rather, my book doesn't have a ton of reviews because it's really hard to get people to do reviews. I mean, when I do an amazing job, I get 8-day on a VA loan, and I do it for 10 people. I'm lucky to get 3 of them to say thank you on a review.
Yeah. Well, I know people who are in the home services type, plumbers, anything like that, that when you go to get your bill, they go, hey, if you right in front of us will give us a 4-star, 5-star review, we'll knock 10% off or 5% off. And that's what some people are doing.
Yeah, but I don't have a bill for these people.
True.
It's a little different. If you want this loan to fund, here, sign a review. And then the review was, he threatened us with not closing our house.
Yeah. He threatened not to let me live somewhere. I'm going to be homeless.
That'd go over well. I got a call today about somebody wanting to talk to me about my book and put it in a certain thing. And I'm like, can you email me this? Because I'm not following you, first of all. And I know they were calling through High Level. I know I call for High Level. Because it says, this call is going to be recorded. So anytime you hear that, and the same thing with yours, if anybody
Yeah.
calls you through high level, it says the same thing. I can tell when anybody's doing high level stuff by that phrase, exactly how the phrase words that it's a high level one. And
Well,
that's
I
what
don't
it's
get calls from them. All I get is the nonstop calls telling me I've been approved. This is blah 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 in the lending department. Let me know that I've already been pre-approved for blah blah blah. I swear,
get those
10 to
texts
20 of those
too.
a day.
Yeah. Would you like to get money? I can give you this amount of money for this amount of money paid back. That's
Yeah.
nice, but no thank you. Yeah. Anyway, we've been on for 30 minutes.
Yeah, I'm waiting. Somebody, I would think I told you I was waiting here about a business dinner, and they just texted me back, said, I'm headed to the restaurant now and see if we can get extra seats. So I gotta go pop in the shower, get cleaned up just in
Yeah, you
case.
smell. I can hear.
I
can
do.
smell here. Why don't you let us out? Take us
I
out.
will.
All right.
All right, everybody. Welcome back. Thanks again for joining us on Aces53 with Ed Parco and myself. So what's that?
I said Mr. Cotter.
I know.
Welcome back.
So thank you for joining Ed Parco and myself on Aces53. We're here on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. Pacific, noon Central. And on Thursdays, we try and bring in a joker that's somebody with a special skill or talent to talk about something that we can all learn from. Best way you can support us is share this with your friends. Ed, as always, thank you for joining us today. And everybody out there, thank you for being here.
And don't forget to go to the Aces53 YouTube channel and subscribe. Thanks, Brian.
All right.